Barrister Deji Olaleye, who is a university lecturer and public affairs analyst. Good morning, Barrister.
Good morning, Gift. Nice to be with you.
Yes, great to be here with you yet again.
Thank you.
All right, how was your day? How's your day going?
Well, great.
Fantastic. Okay, let's get right into the conversations. In recent times, we have seen, precisely 2 weeks ago, we saw the Bokos local government area being attacked, and about 52 people were confirmed dead, and so many others injured. Properties were destroyed, houses were razed, and of course, that happened 2 weeks ago. And we see another killing happening yet again in the Bassa local government area, still in Plateau State, not too far from Bokos. And we see about 51 people killed, and there was a mass burial afterwards, which is so sad if you ask me, because I'm thinking to myself, why? What is going on? We saw that the presidency had come out to say that it was a communal crisis, and there has been conversations around the governor, Caleb Mutfwang, coming out to say that it's obviously orchestrated. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think we have become too contented with barriers, with the killings and the barriers of some of our citizens, our people. And it's really unfortunate. It has, over the years, this has been a persistent trend. And it's as if government is not serious about addressing this problem, particularly this Plateau State crisis. And the obvious fact about it is that people are avoiding the reality of what is happening. Okay. This killing is not done by spirits. It's done by people who are in that same community, around that same community. And if you ask me, the Fulani headsmen, the government knows about this. The military, the police, the intelligence corps, they look away every time this event is about to happen, despite all the intels given to them, despite all the challenges and the obvious trend of killings. They just look away. And to me, it's compromise.
How so?
It will appear as if there is we have two kinds of citizens in Nigeria. Those who are authentic citizens and the rest of us who are vassals. And all that. And the way the Fulanis are being treated in this country, as if they can commit crime and get away with it and nothing will be done. Okay. And of course, you see the fact that most of the time, these people carry arms. They come into people's community and they get into conflict with the people. And to say it's communal, like you have said, the government telling us it's communal.
From the presidency.
It's unfortunate that the presidency can be covering up this kind of carnage, this kind of brigandry in a nation where we are looking for peace, we are looking for cohesion and national integration. Now, it's unfortunate also that the military, the police, the DSS, over the years have paid lip service to resolving this crisis. And they know those who are the sponsors, they know those who are involved, they know the objective. The objective is to seize land and to control the community and to drive away the indigenes from their settled homes.
Well, I can see Mr. Taiwo Olakwade, who has joined in on the conversation. He's literally nodding his head. Mr. Taiwo Olakwade, who is a broadcast journalist and public affairs commentator. Good morning, Mr. Taiwo.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on this? You kept nodding
of
like,
course,
yes, this is what it is.
I agree less with Barrister on his submission, because the reason why we have seen Nigerians over the time or over the years committing the same offense as the case may be is because there is no deterrence. People now feel like I can do it and I will get away with it.
Okay.
And because there is no deterrence is the reason why, because I don't think how possible it will be for people to come into villages, ransack the villages, kill them, and they will still come back maybe 3-4 days or 1 week thereafter. So what are we talking about? Are we saying that those people who come, who invade villages in Plateau, Benue, Taraba, Ondo, are they ghosts? Don't you have the wherewithal to really track them down, to really know where are they coming from? Don't we? Why can't we be proactive in our nature rather than now being reactive? It is when they come, kill and leave that you now see our policemen, see our army coming to that town like they have come like a savior to those people. Whereas, can't they have the intelligence to really know that something is about to happen and prevent it from happening. So it's quite unfortunate, and that's why Governor of Plateau State has taken
Caleb
some
Mutfwang.
measures by saying that we shouldn't see any bike operating within that state from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. That people should not even graze between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. 6 p.m. and 7 a.m. thereabout. That they are not even saying that there is a ban on open grazing in Plateau State. I don't know how on health that some Nigerians are being treated better off than other Nigerians. We claim that we are all Nigerians, so there should be equal treatment for us as a nation, and that's why we have this division, whether along the ethnic line or along the religious line, which is quite unfortunate. And our leaders are deliberate in ensuring that they continue to divide us. It's a deliberate move by our leaders, and this deliberate action by our leaders, it didn't start now.
Okay.
It has been there all the years, but it is for us as a people to say no to further killings and to say no for further deliberate divisions of Nigerians by our leaders. We can't do it.
Okay, all right. Barrister had earlier mentioned that, we know who are the individuals behind it. Okay, in a lawmaker, Daniel Asama, has come out to say that security agencies are aware of the whereabouts of the masterminds of the recent killings in
They
Plateau.
know.
And he has described this as genocidal.
Yes.
Do you think so?
Obviously, yes. Over the years, it has been persistent, for God's sake. And that particular community, very close to that place, they have an army headquarters there.
5 kilometers away.
Just about 5 kilometers
Yes.
to that place. So it's a deliberate and a willful, genocide that is happening. And it's really unfortunate. The decimation of our people is no longer something that even the people in Aso Rock worry over, because they know it's as if the overlords are the ones doing what they are doing, and we cannot interfere in what they are doing.
Asserting what you say, we see that Monday's gunmen attack on Zike and Kimakpa communities in Plateau State, Bassa local government area by gunmen claimed 51 lives.
Can you imagine?
Sparked concerns due to both communities' proximity to 3 division headquarters of the Nigerian Army. Not one, not 2, 3 divisions, about
Obviously.
5 kilometers
So
away.
were they sleeping when those people invaded those
They
communities?
know, the
Were
military
they
knows what
sleeping?
is going on, for God's sake. Don't let us
It's
deceive
quite
ourselves.
unfortunate that
The military high command.
and it looks like some people are waging the war against our fatherland, and we shouldn't just close our eyes and say that, oh, it should be it's people of Plateau State, oh, it should be it's people of. Do you know when it's going to come to your place? Or are we saying that those who are resident innocent people who are being killed in Plateau State, in Benue State, they are our family members by extension, whether you like it or not? They are our family members by extension, and they say injury to one is injury to all. So we must stand up for them. We must stand up for them and say no to these senseless and further killings of innocent lives in Plateau or anywhere else in our country.
I had asked Barrister this question already ahead of time before you came in, and I'm asking, do you think the presidency is on the right saying that this is a communal fight as opposed to it being what a lot of people have said it is? Because if you think about it, how do communities fight usually? Do they have AK-47s? Do they have guns? Do they kill people the way that these
I
killings have been happening?
completely disagree with that narrative coming from the presidency. We can't call it a communal clash. If we are saying a communal clash, does it, in that case, that means they must be able to identify those warring communities. But in this case, we don't know. They claim that they don't know those people that invade all these communities and kill them without any any reason. They just come. And I'm not also surprised that the governor over times has described this as genocide. I'm not surprised, because genocide is when you are killing repeatedly of a particular tribe or a particular set, and the aim is just to erase them from existence. That's exactly what we have seen in the era of mass burial. Even in countries that are fighting war, I don't think they lose up to about 60 or 50 people in a day, in a single day. Ukraine and Russia, they are fighting. I'm not sure that they kill up to about 50 people in a day. Hamas and Israel, they are at war. I'm not sure that, but in our own case, I think it will be better for those at the helms of affairs of the country to really come to that narrative that some people are waging war against our fatherland, and they must ensure that they do all necessary to ensure that they end this war, get these people, arrest them, prosecute them, and if possible, ensure that it serves as. My major concern is we allow people to just go scot-free, and when people have seen over time that maybe our leaders they can only make noise, they can't bite, so of course they take it for granted, and they commit this atrocity by believing that nobody is coming after them.
Okay, I mean, the ongoing violence between communities, this is from the presidency in Plateau State, rooted in misunderstandings between different ethnic and religious groups. That's both
that's the narrative.
That's the narrative.
Correct.
Okay, it says, I have instructed security agencies, this is coming from the presidency, to thoroughly investigate the crisis and identify those responsible for orchestrating these violence reports. Now, he says, beyond dealing with the criminal elements of these incessant killings, the political leadership in Plateau State, led by government, that's the root cause of this age-long problem. Do you think it's a state issue?
The governor is powerless because the governor has to be politically correct. That's what is happening. The governor, the powers that are banned is an agenda by a tribe to ensure that they seize land. That is the truth about it, and that natives, indigenous settlers, are removed from their homestead. So that there can be opportunity for grazing. That is just what is happening. Anybody who is saying any other thing, if it's a community clash, for instance, is it not going to be within the people in a community? Is it not the people in a community are fighting? Okay? Is it not going to be a fight in between them? But this one is different. You have a situation where people are being killed, houses are being razed down, and they are being evacuated and they can't come back to their land.
Well, that's
what is really happening.
Okay, joining on the conversation.
A spade.
Okay, you can call us 0705-6900-927. That is the number to call to give us your honest opinion as to what you think about this. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Sawala Bisong.
Okay, so what do you think about this? What's your submission on this?
Please, what's the lesson about?
Okay, so you may need to listen in attentively to know what we're talking about today. And the incessant killings in Plateau that has come back to back 2 weeks, and we've lost over 100 persons in that state. To the presidency coming out to say that it's a communal clash, Muftuang right now is almost powerless because there's really nothing he can do. He has called, but is this worth calling for a state of emergency? Because we did see that Rivers State didn't even have
no single shot was fired in Rivers State. No single person was killed. The presidency is also very mindful of the fact that, particularly in Plateau State is governed by PDP. So if by paraventure the presidency had to declare emergency, people say, okay, that means 2 states of the PDP is gone already. So people also want to read political meanings to it. But whether we like it or not, we have reached a stage where the president or the presidency, as the case may be, must declare a national emergency, not even just for Plateau, Benue, or Taraba, a national emergency on security. Because the way it looks like, I can't imagine. Now we are also hearing that they arrested some few Boko Haram elements around Lagos State or thereabout.
Yes.
So that means these people are moving from one place to the other. So we shouldn't wait until it happens. We must be proactive, and that is my major concern. I don't think we are proactive enough. We are always very reactive. It is when these people invade the communities, kill people, maim people, destroy property, destroy homelands, farmlands, and the likes, that we now see our military coming, you now see our policemen coming, and like the barrister said, this has also gone beyond what the governor of Plateau can handle. The governor of Plateau needs help, every other help. Unfortunately, as the chief security officer of that state, he doesn't have the power to also command the state, the commissioner of police in his state. While some Nigerians are also canvassing for state police, there has been argument that maybe these are political leaders may want to misuse the state police. But what do you say in the instance of people just being killed and the governor does not have the power to say, I want to command, or I want to ask the commissioner of police to take a decisive step, to arrest the situation. The commissioner of police will have to first talk to about, I think, the AIG, from AIG to DIG to AIG of police before all this line of hierarchy is contacted. The damage will have been done. So that's why we are also canvassing for that state police. Let's even see whether our politician will want to use it against the political opponent or use it to arrest incessant killing and insecurity in the land.
Okay, we see the Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang. He has called on residents of ZK village in the Bassa local government area to remain vigilant and defend themselves amid recurring attacks by suspected criminal elements. This is obviously with things that have happened over time. Do you think this is a call that a governor who is supposed to protect lives and property of a state
now asking people
could
to
defend yourself?
The governor is powerless.
Yes, let me say this.
It's powerless.
Let me say this, that the exigency of what is happening now requires that the people defend themselves.
Yes.
The exigency of the need to preserve life, the need to preserve themselves as a community. Yes. But what will happen, I can tell you what will happen. Let them kill one Fulani man, and you will see all these same government, all these same people who are hiding away now, they will all come out, and they will begin to ask for the head of the community leaders. We have seen it happen in Delta State, in River State. Just kill one Fulani man, and then you will see the way they will all come out. And that's very sad.
The federal government has set up a committee to investigate the Uromi
They are behaving
killing.
like ostrich.
The Uromi killing of the 16 hunters. But we have not seen that happen
Yes.
to well over
Yes.
up to about 200 people that have been
Yes.
killed in Plateau and Benue State back to back within the space of 2 weeks. But the government has that temerity
Double
to say,
standard.
let us investigate the killing of the 16 hunters in Uromi,
Who were
in
carrying
Edo
weapons
State,
in somebody else's
who were
land, and they
arrested,
call them hunters.
who are caught with weapons.
They
But
call them
now,
hunters.
in states where we have seen senseless,
Killing.
unwarranted
Mad,
killing,
insane
nothing
killing.
has been said about who are the people behind this killing. Nothing has been said about, can we also investigate, can we also set up a committee? And we are talking about almost about 200 lives compared to about, of course, no single
Within a
life
short time.
should be taken, and
Yeah.
we should look the other way.
Right.
But what is good for the
Goose is
it's
good
also
for the gander.
gander.
Okay, I mean, in his words, he says, we are more determined than ever to ensure that no more innocent blood is shed on the plateau. While we'll continue to invest in security, communities must also rise to defend themselves. I mean, the governor also reassured the people of the government's commitment to rebuilding affected areas, particularly with the farming season that is approaching. It says the people who attacked us are not ghosts.
Yes,
They are
exactly what I said
known,
earlier.
and those shielding them are complicit.
The
This is
governor,
coming
they
from the
all know, they
governor
know.
of Plateau
You
State.
see, like I've said it, that is a national agenda. It's a Fulanization agenda. And of course, the military don't feel they should do anything against those who own Nigeria, unquote. Those who own Nigeria, unquote. And until we begin to see, address the question of whether some people have more rights to this nation than others, we will continue to have this challenge of killings and insecurity. Now, let me also say this, that, look, the moment the communities are armed, all right, you will not find any of this kind of situation again. It's really unfortunate, but the military will not allow the people to be armed to protect themselves. The police will not allow it. In fact, whenever they want to carry out, when there is an intel of an intention to do this thing, sometimes they go around. We saw it in Benue. Okay. They will mop up all the weapons, all the instruments that the people can use to protect themselves before a strike. That was what happened in Benue for so long during the time of the former governor of Benue State,
Samuel Otom.
Yes, Otom. They will mop up all the protection, cutlass, knife that the people can use to protect themselves. And then in 2 weeks or 1 week later, these people will strike. So it shows that there is a complicity around this thing. And government is not going to do anything. I can tell you that. Government is not serious about doing anything. They just want to be playing a script. They will come in after the event and pretend as if they are handling the place, condone the entire place. They will not allow the people displaced to go back to their community. They will not repair or rehabilitate the communities.
I mean, Governor Mutfwang is saying he's going to do that.
He has to.
Okay, I did see something earlier on today, the early hours of this morning, about another crisis that may be looming in Basa local government area, which the Plateau government has faulted this, but I'm seeing and 42 others were poisoned on Wednesday. And this is around Tafi Ghana junction of the local council in Basa local government area. And it says because of this recent killing, the government has said it is not true that this is the reason why. But if you put 2 and 2 together, and they said garden eggs were spread along where these grazers were, and the animals ate, and about 36 cattle were killed, 42 others are poisoned and are in critical condition at this moment. If you're asking the people
cattle in critical condition or the people?
Okay, exactly my line of question. Can we say 100 cattle or cows, as the case, they put together the value of 100 cows or cattle? Can it equate the value of one life?
Cannot.
And I'm not surprised to the fact that, of course, I will not subscribe to
That
jungle
has been the
justice.
excuse.
Right.
Whoever,
The
if we
excuse
can
for
see
killing.
a
Find
proper
whoever.
investigation as regards if indeed some of the community members are actually poisoning the, what do you call it, the garden egg to
Garden
kill
eggs
those
to-
cows,
yeah.
there should be a proper investigation, and whoever has done that must be prosecuted. That's my position. However, the current food inflation that we are experiencing now is also not far-fetched, because the basket of the nation is at war. That is
True, it is.
Benue
Benue
State.
State, yes.
The farmers
Food
in
basket.
Benue State, they can't go to farm. Those in Plateau State, they are planning,
And the
they are
farming
preparing
season
for
is
the farming
coming up.
season. You know, they are being killed. So are we not saying that we don't see the reason why we are having food inflation, we are having food crisis in our country, in our hands? Most of the state in the northeastern part of the country, where they are also doing a massive farming, the farmers can no longer access their farmland. So it's not far-fetched. The reason why we are having this
I think
food
there
crisis.
There have been a lot of conversation over this matter in the past, and there had been a national decision by governors that the proper way to go on this matter is for these people to ranch their heads,
Ranching.
to ranch it. You cannot take your cattle or whatever cows into people's farms and eat up all their investment, all their
That they have
crops
labored for over
that they
6
have
months,
labored,
1
and you are
year.
not a member of that community, for God's sake. If you were living in that community and you have an understanding with some of them, that is understandable. But you move your cattle into a community and you eat up and destroy all the farmland, and you don't expect any reprisal.
And when people stand
And
up against
when
you,
people
you
stand
kill
up
them.
against you use weapons.
I
You
don't understand.
you gather weapons and you kill people.
I don't understand.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't add up
It doesn't make
at
sense.
all. The Fulanis that we are used to over the years, you see them with one, they call it
Yes, a stick, a staff.
they call
A
it
staff used to move like a
I
head
don't
of
want to
staff.
say
Yes.
Yoruba, if you permit, they call it okpa.
Yes.
If they call it okpa, what?
Yes.
That's what we are.
Staff.
That's what we grew up to see. That's what we are. We
This
are
ones
known
carry
Fulanis to be.
AK-47.
And again, there's one area that we also need to look into. When we say Fulanis, it's not just Nigeria that has Fulanis. There are Fulanis in
Everywhere.
Niger, in Cameroon, in
Mali.
Burkina Faso,
Chad.
in Mali. And sometimes most of these that we also think are Nigerians, sometimes some of them are also not Nigerians. If you ride on a bike, all this what do you call it, motorcycle,
Yes.
most of those who are also operating motorcycles will think that they are Nigerians. They are not Nigerians.
They are not.
So because of the porosity, because of the porous nature of our border, these people also come from all the way from Cameroon, all the way from Niger,
Senegal,
to look for where
Guinea.
they can graze, where they can also feed their cattle. So we must also ensure that our borders that are porous, we also try to also tighten our borders a bit, because these people just walk in.
It's like free entry and free
Yeah.
exit.
So and they come here and they come into our country to cause mayhem, and yes, we think that they are Fulanis from either Nasarawa or from Jigawa or from Katsina. whereas they are Fulani from other part of the world.
Okay, in a response to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president, Caleb Muftuang, who is the governor of Plateau State, in a statewide broadcast, actually did say yesterday that the state will never be overrun by fear. He made this assertion, saying that both local and international media outlets to deny terrorists the oxygen of publicity by refusing to give prominence to their cowardly act. In fact, Amnesty International came out to say that it's obviously a terrorist attack. It's obviously some headers that have come out to say, but the presidency still maintains that this is a communal clash. Now, he says instead, the federal government appealed to the media to amplify the heroism of the armed forces, the resilience of affected communities, and the progress made in pursuit of peace. Now, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, made this appeal yesterday at the stakeholders media.
They ought to have been fired.
But what we see them, celebrating is, we have rescued about 20 kidnapped persons from either Niger or either Kaduna, or most of them pay ransom. It is until when they pay ransom that these people let them go. And you now come and gather them and put them and give them one same clothes as if they are celebrating wedding or marriage. And you now come out and showcase that you have rescued. If indeed you have rescued, that means there must be a confrontation between those who rescue them and those who are the kidnappers. So that is what they are quick to do. To say we have rescued, government is working, don't pay ransom to kidnappers, and it's quite unfortunate that what they're supposed to pay more utmost attention to, they are not doing that, but rather they are coming out to showcase some allegedly rescued Nigerians, and it's quite unfortunate. Sincerely, I have not seen much work done by Minister for Defense, likewise the National Security Advisor.
Okay. And also, I believe that we are not going to get to the end of this matter in the next near future.
How so?
Because you see, if the presidency that ought to work and supervise and ensure that there is security believes false narratives that is communal clash, then of course they will not address the issue. And the whatever strategy they will adopt will not be effective or effectual, because they have a wrong perception. When you have a wrong perception, there will be wrong strategy.
Wrong perception that is deliberate.
Yeah, and it's deliberate. It's deliberate lies. We know, but we can call it wrong perception. All right.
Okay.
It's a deliberate lie. It's a narrative that they know is false, and it's just to cover up their incompetence and the fact that they lack capacity to handle the problem. Okay, so and I think the Minister of Defense is supposed to have been fired as of today. And I keep saying that if we have a nation where there is so much killing every day, there is a harvest of death and corpses, the way we are having it now, and nobody is worried. The Minister of Defense is not bothered, is not addressing the nation, is not procuring new strategies or plans on how to address it. The National Security Advisor too is not doing anything. Then we have a very dangerous state, a very dangerous nation.
Amnesty International has strongly condemned this killing, and in a phrase that I'm seeing, it says, while President Bola Tinubu claims his government is implementing new security measures, because he did say he was doing that, to address the rising insecurity in the country, the recent attacks in Plateau State showed that whatever security measures implemented are not working.
Obviously, they are not working, and they can't work.
And for me, sir, it's not rocket science. It is not rocket science, and it is doable. If we want to end these senseless killings now, we have the capacity to do it. But quite sadly, I don't know why they have decided to take the other narrative. Simple deployment of drone.
Yes.
You can easily know where these people are coming from.
Obviously.
You can easily see them when they are coming.
You can even profile.
It is not rocket science.
You can profile.
They are not ghosts. They come in, they kill.
Yeah.
After about 3 days, they come back again and kill.
Or kidnap.
It's not rocket
And then
science.
you take money to them in the forest.
It's not rocket science.
In fact, Daniel,
monitor.
because now that you say this,
It's not rocket
I'm
science.
thinking about it. Cote d'Ivoire and all of these African countries that were at war at some point. We didn't even have this much technology. It was soldiers from Nigeria, the Nigerian army, that took themselves there and made sure that there was peace and tranquility in all of these countries. Now it's us facing this, and we've come into a technological age, and we cannot seem to do anything about insecurity.
That's why I say it's deliberate. That's why I say
You think it's
there's
funded?
complicity. Obvious complicity.
Okay.
A complicity of silence. A complicity of silence. And it's tragic. It's the travesty of our nation. And it's treasonable. The silence of those in government is treasonable.
Okay. I mean, you're still listening to your One Family, One Radio, Super 92.7. You can be a part of the Spotlight conversation. All you need to do is call or send a WhatsApp message to the number 0705 6900927. 0705 6900927. You can also send us a text message on 0903 714 2798. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Ben from Eva. Good morning to your guest.
Oh, Mr. Ben, good morning, sir.
All right.
What are your
Please,
thoughts on this?
Our president doesn't have he doesn't possess leadership quality, and that is the greatest problem we have. That is why we are suffering. There are so many qualities a leader must possess. A leader must have love, must have kindness, must be caring, must have compassion, must have humility, must have skill. You must have hard work. All these qualities, people lack them. And that is not a leader. If you conclude all these things, you know that a leader is a servant. Jesus demonstrated it when he washed his disciples' feet. Look at our president. We are the one washing his feet. We are the one washing his, bathing his family. He bought two G wagon, 3 billion naira. He bought Escalade. He bought private jets. He bought for his wife, but for his children, his son is traveling everywhere. He doesn't have leadership quality, and that is why he don't know what is happening. And the greatest problem he has is that in as much as he is incompetent, he has intellectuals, intelligent people who are not transparent around him. Intellectuals, sophisticated intellectuals are surrounding him, and they are deceiving him that everything is working well. Everything is working well. What is working well? There's nothing that is working at all. Everything is damaging everything. They are telling you Nigerians are happy. Prices are coming down. That is the greatest problem we have. Why are we funding chief of army staff? Why are we funding chief of naval staff? All these people. Why are we funding them? And the governor of a place tell his people, arm yourself. If you organize yourself as a vigilante in your community, invite me. Let me know. Okay, when you start arming these people now, the non-state actors, we are creating another big problem. After they will now fortify themselves with Odeshi, dangerous charms. They will fortify themselves with arms. They will turn to soldiers. At the end, all these people have indirectly turned them to kidnappers or non-com men. At the end of all this is, I'm telling you, you created another bigger problem again. They will start attacking their community. They have on the southeast. You have a non-com men. They were the people who were trained to fight Fulani herdsmen. Fulani herdsmen is the fourth most dangerous terrorist group in the world, recognized by Amnesty International.
Well,
America recognizes it.
These are Mr. Ben's opinions. Well, go on.
It's not my opinion. No, please, my sister, it's not my opinion. Transparent International said that Fulani herdsmen are the fourth most dangerous terrorist group. They are killing. They kill more than Ekada. The Americans, headed by Al-Qaeda, thank you, that headed by Osama bin Laden. They kill more than Boko Haram. These people are attacking communities. In Enugu, the other time, they killed 200 people, burn houses. Look at in place, 350 houses were burned. Look at in Benue, they burn houses everywhere they go. So we put fuel, put fire. When you come out, they shoot and kill. Look at what type of killing is that. Somebody, our leader opened mouth and said that it is communal class. Okay, look at the people of Benue poisoning their people of the place, poisoning their garden egg. He poison your garden egg. So if they do not poison the garden egg, what they used to do in the night is they come and eat the garden egg. Somebody got up millions to plant this garden egg.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ben.
So the cows died yesterday.
Yes.
The cows died yesterday after eating poison garden egg. 38 cows or 48 cows died yesterday.
38 and 42 are still
yes, and greater high number of them are very sick, and I know those ones will die in Jesus' name.
Mr. Ben. Mr. Ben. Well, you can join in on the conversation 0705 6900927. The tensions are high. I mean, the fact that people are dying day in, day out, and there really seem to be nothing going on with regards to the security, initiatives and agencies that we have, and all of the technology that we have as a country, and we cannot put this together and ensure that this comes to a close, then it's worth speaking on. Let's see who's calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And happy Good Friday.
Oh, good morning to you, sir. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Joshua, calling you from Ikeja.
Joshua from Ikeja. Joshua, what are your thoughts on this?
There is an FG video added that says that even me and a good family as a kid,
what does that mean in English?
In translation, when a thief has no opportunity to steal, he call himself a good person. When Tinubu did not have opportunity to become the president, everything that Jonathan did was bad. He called himself a good person. Now he has gotten the opportunity. The question is, can Tinubu still say to himself that he's a good person? I rest my case.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joshua, for calling. Such a profound way to put these, because if you think about it, as a country, we need the country. Let's just take this call. Let's see who's calling. Hello, good morning. Please turn off your radio so we can have a smooth conversation. All right, 0705 6900927. Please turn off or turn down your radio so that we can have a smooth conversation and we don't have feedback. Well, we see that this is not the first time Bokos has been attacked. At least 140 people were killed and others have gone missing since a series of attacks by gunmen in the remote villages. And this over 140 people were killed on Christmas Eve. It was an attack in Bokos, 2023 actually. Okay, 2023, yes. Yeah. And I know that because this has happened, do you think that at least the government should have put an eye on this location to ensure that it does not have a repetition? Because now we have two repetitions 2 weeks apart.
Well, I think one of our callers, I think Ben
Mr.
from Badagry or so, said something that really that in trying to solve a problem, we should also try to avoid creating another problem.
Yes.
Because by the time these youths are weaponized, by the time they are armed, and maybe this battle, they were able to also end this battle against, whether we say Fulani herdsmen and the likes, then who will ask them to want to willingly surrender whatever has been given to them? And that's why we have all sort of crises around our country, particularly when politics is around the corner. You will see politicians arming some people.
We have the 2027 general elections coming up
around the corner.
Yes.
You see them giving arms in order for them to terrorize their political opponents. But by the time the election is over, election is done, then it will become so impossible for you to say, come back and surrender those arms that have been willingly or freely given to you. It becomes so difficult. So that's why we must be very, very careful that in trying to solve a problem, we should also create another problem.
Well, let's see who's calling. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Please turn off your radio so we can have a smooth conversation. What is your name and where are you calling me from?
Okay, my name is Ikechuku. I'm calling from Olodia Papa.
Ikechuku from Olodia Papa. All right, Ikechuku, what are your thoughts on this?
Yes, it's really pathetic that these things are happening in a country where you have people, vibrant people who can do this work. I don't see the reason why the chief of army staff, those who are in charge of securities, will tell us that they don't know who those who are doing these demonstrations of killing people here and there. I mean, it's something that is so disheartening that in a country they cannot identify these people. And they will just come, enter the communities and slaughter people like they are nothing. The human lives do not matter anymore. This is so disheartening. It's so disheartening. There are people who are competent enough to do these jobs when you give it to them to do it. Why are the security agencies folding their hands and seeing people massacre others like the lives does not matter? And the government is there doing nothing about it. And they will tell us that it's communal clash. Communal clash, people. And people are being people are being homeless. People are being scattered everywhere because of insecurity. That the government will stand up and say, okay, what's going on here? You stand up and take responsibility. And they're telling us that these people are Fulanis. Fulanis are coming in from okay, look at what Traore is doing in his own country. The Fulanis were there too, but he rose up and told them that you people must stand up and defend yourself. Why will a citizen of Nigeria stand up to defend himself and you call security to come and take that person up? This is not good at all. We should rise up and do something before it gets to something else, because the country is collapsing. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your submission on this conversation. Well, I mean, you're still tuned into your One Family, One Radio, Super 92.7. To be a part of the conversation on Spotlight, all you need to do is call the number 0705 69000927. Well, Senator Governor Mufwang, Caleb Mufwang, has said the directives of prohibiting transportation of cattle by vehicle after 7 p.m. is a new staple in Plateau State. I mean, the restriction on motorcycle use in place of 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. across the state on the further notice. He says, I hereby announce the following measures. Effective Wednesday, the 16th of April, night grazing of cattle is strictly prohibited. Transportation by cattle by vehicle is banned after 7 p.m. Is this enough? But let's see who is calling first. Hello, good morning. All right, you can call us back. Do you think this is enough to stop what is happening?
Well, I think it's a step in the right direction. And I want to say that, yes, it's true that you can conflagrate the crisis by allowing people to defend themselves, okay, using weaponizing them. But the exigency of the Nigerian state as of today is that those who have the weapons have a field day when they go out to kill, and they cannot be caught. So if you have that kind of scenario in your hand, the best thing is to make it difficult for the terrorist. Because if a terrorist knows that he's going to meet a bigger challenge where he's going, he will think twice before he goes there.
Shouldn't security agencies be the one?
Security agency cannot do it because, number one, they are thin on the ground. And what is the population of the Nigerian police? What is the population of the Nigerian army in relation to the entire country? The geographical spread of the nation. How much policing can they do? And almost about 60% of our police are actually assigned to politicians to guard as escorts to guard politicians.
Now that you even mentioned this, we see that the army has come out to say that there's little or no individual coming from the southeast to be a part of the army. We see Kaduna State providing about 3,000 applicants.
People are fed up of the military. The military
people from the east,
the Nigerian military has become an instrument of oppression, and that's why they need to win themselves out of that.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Colin. I'm calling from Lagos.
Oh, from Lagos. Oh, what is your submission on this? What are your thoughts?
Thank you for the analyst. They are doing a very good job there in the studio.
Thank you so much.
And I'm enjoying the program. Well done.
Thank you.
I think Governor Caleb Mufwang cannot say he does not know what to do. Is there no state security outfit in Plateau State? What is he doing with the state security outfit? Give me that seat of the governor for 1 month and these people will be wiped out. He's collaborating with the federal agencies where he knows that they are politically motivated. They will coerce him just to make sure he dance to their reading. So he should even stop all this collaborating with Nigerian army or Nigerian police or whatever. There is a security outfit there. If the person does not know what he's doing, take him out and bring another person. So what is he doing with the state security outfit that can wipe these people away in a month? What to do? He knows what to do. He should stop all this nonsense. If he wants to, he will do it. He can do it. That is where his power is. So he should use his power. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for calling and being a part of the conversation. Well, I mean, the police on Wednesday has said that 2 key suspects have been arrested in connection with the attack.
Two key suspects.
Two key suspects. Well, let's see who's calling. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
It's Ben from Eva.
Yeah, oh, Mr. Ben.
Do you know there is no governor that collects less than 500 million security vote every month?
Yes.
500 million. And we are sympathizing with all these governor of Benue, the governor of Plateau. You see governors that are working, they try healers pickups, units of healers pickups everywhere, give it to vigilance. And these people they are not doing anything with the security vote. They're just collecting and buying. They some collect 1.something billion for security vote. You are talking of federal character. They say that the Southeast you have only 200 people. I think that those people are not from Southeast, not 200 people. If any Southeast youth join Nigeria, they will send it to Sadisa Forest. Have you heard Nigeria? Have you heard Central Bank complain that the Southeast people do not apply in CBN jobs? Have you heard the NNPC complain that the Southeast youth do not apply for NNPC jobs? Have you heard Nigerian Port Authority complain that youth do not apply for Southeast jobs? The Nigerian aviation and so many mouth-watering jobs. Have you juicy jobs? Have you heard that? It is in Nigeria Army where they will send the sharp Sabisa Forest. Immediately they will not even finish recruiting them. They send them to Sabisa Forest. If they enter there, they will not come out. These people will wipe them off. I beg.
Mr. Ben, Mr. Ben is.
Permit me to just react to Mr. Ben. Of course, that is his own submission.
That's your own submission, yeah.
There is this trust deficit when it comes to government of the country. It doesn't start now, but I will advise that this government should do everything possible to reduce, if not to remove totally. There is trust deficit in our government and even in our agency. And I'm not surprised that the people of Southeast have refused to voluntarily get enlisted into the Nigerian army. And you can see how many now even coming out to appeal because of experience.